So, final day of confidence. Honestly, this one is my favorite because the thing about confidence is, of course, everything. People want quick fixes, right? They want to snap their fingers and instantly make first impressions that are amazing, talk comfortably, feel confident and amazing the whole time. And I get it. Like, I want to give you as many tools as you can. The incantations are great for changing how you feel in the moment. But the difference between confidence that is not just on off, but that stays with you forever is self-esteem. And that's what these sentence completion stems that we've been working on are hoping to identify. So before we continue, go ahead and pause this and do the 5 stems at the bottom of this video right now. 6 to 10, as fast as you can. You know the drill by now. But go ahead and pause before I go on. Okay, so hopefully you pause the video. We're back to the action for today, which is more than just doing these stems. And the reason that we've been doing these stems is because what they actually help you to do is identify areas where your actions are hurting your self-esteem. I could tell you when I was first doing this, there was a number of things, and I mentioned this, but I was in a job that I was not, it wasn't even that the job was so bad, but it was that I had, I thought of myself as a writer. I thought of myself as an entrepreneur and somebody who made things happen, but I was following a very conventional path. And I sort of knew that in my head that was upsetting me, but when it's looking at me in the face in all of my sentence stems, like if I took more responsibility for my life, I would start my own business and leave my job over and over and over again, it's tough to deny the impact that has. Because when you're not living up to your own self-concept, the idealized version that you have for yourself, your confidence naturally decreases. And that's not just how you feel about yourself, that's how you interact in any event with other people. And I can tell you, when I started to, one by one, take the things that I was seeing in those sentence completions and actually change them, right? So I left my job. One of the other things I remember, there was a day where it was, if I was more self-aware, I would, speak to pretty girls when I see them in lines or the street or wherever I was in New York City. At least try to start a conversation. And I wrote this stem right around lunchtime. I went out to Whole Foods, and in there was this like special food stand, and there was a really pretty girl working it, where I always went and got my sweet potato casserole. So I went, I flirted with her for a little bit, I got the sweet potato casserole, it was fun, it was exciting, and then I came back home, and I realized, one, that I actually hadn't gone as far as I wanted to. I was thinking, you know what, I could have done better, I could have at least asked for her number. And then two, I realized that I left my sweet potato casserole at Whole Foods. So I had to go back and pick it up, but when I did, I made sure, I said, hey, like this is completely out of the blue, but you seem like a lot of fun, like would you want to go out dancing sometime? She gave me her number, we went out, and I saw her for the rest of the time that I lived in New York City. She's a really cool person and someone that I still speak to today. The entire reason that this happened is because I was hyper aware, thanks to these sentence completions, of the areas in which I was letting myself down. And by having them look me in the face rather than be able to hide in the background of my brain, I was inspired to action, which I got to tell you, once I did that, I was on cloud 9 for the rest of the day. And that affects your confidence all down the line. So what I want you to do is pick one thing that is recurring in your sentence completion stems. Maybe it's with regards to your health, right? Maybe you're like, you know what, if I took more responsibility, I'd be hitting the gym more, I'd have a trainer, whatever. Maybe it's with regard to your job. You're like, I would not accept the job that I have. I'd start my own business, whatever. Maybe it's a relationship. You're like, I would tell someone how I really feel, or I would get out of a relationship. All of these things completely wonderful, but pick the one that you look at and you're like, man, that one jumps out at me. This one scares me. This one is important. This is the one that I'd like to shy away from. Pick that one first. And what you're going to do right now is do one thing that commits you to making a change in that area. So for instance, if you're thinking about, your health is an issue, right now, pause what you're doing, book any trainer for one session, right? Go ahead, their local gym will have it, they'll have a free session, just make sure that you do that. And the best way to do this is with accountability, which is why you're going to ask a trainer to do it. Or if your friend is a trainer, you email them, say, hey, can we set something up like next Monday or Tuesday where you take me to the gym and show me around, or help me with my diet. It's not just you think, oh yeah, I'm going to do that in the future and I'm committed to it. You need to take one step right now. And the best way is to reach out to another person who's going to hold you accountable. If you're thinking about a business thing, right, like you need to leave your job, you need to start something entrepreneurial, think, who in your network can you reach out to get lunch with that can start you down the line, and send them an email. You've got to do something right now, because the truth is, it's scary to start doing this stuff. To push your comfort zone is tough. If it wasn't, you'd be in the job, you'd have the body of your dreams and the life of your dreams and the charisma of your dreams. It would all be done for you. So you've got to make one move that commits you to it in the future. And I can tell you, if it's a business thing or something, reach out to me, but also pick someone in your face-to-face social circle to do this, because they will help you. All right, so that is your goal, and you can also set down, if you want to, a time-bound plan, right? If you're like, I need to leave my job within 4 months or 6 months, or I need to lose 20 pounds in the next 5 months, or whatever it is, right? And what I recommend that you do for this one more than anything is go to the forums and write this in. Write what your commitment is, write what your goal is. Because we can help you sort of to tweak, wait a second, that goal is a little bit too ambitious. You're not going to lose 20 pounds in 2.5 weeks, right? You're not going to quit your job in a month. You need to do some work beforehand. So go there, and particularly if you have any questions, you're like, you know what, I don't know what a small action to take right now which will commit me is, go to the forums, write that in there. That will help, but at least try something. This is so fundamental. There's probably 2 or 3 things maybe that are jumping out at you from your sentence completions. And I tell you, more than anything that you can do for confidence in terms of banging your chest or talking more loudly, if you get these things in line with your self-concept, you are going to feel about yourself so incredible. And that doesn't just affect how you feel about your job. That affects how you look people in the eye and how you basically feel about everything that you interact with. So it spills over in a very, very profound way. Do not neglect this. This is so important. I will be very active in the forums for this one, so make sure to share there. Let us know what your commitment is, and let us know what you're going to be doing.